Why ain't you working, phone? There it goes. Alright, phone's working. We're going. You're not going to be able to see me here in a minute. Not that there's much to see. My big ugly mug. I need a shower.
Ugly is an understatement.
Ugly probably is an understatement.
I'm kidding. I'm just messing with you.
Probably is. Hey. Still steel, but.
Huh?
So I'm still steel.
Steel. No matter what.
Fucking steel. I told my doctor I fell for my knee doctor. And asked me if I had recent falls. I'm like, well, what do you mean? He's like, well, you fallen lately? I was like, well, yeah, I fell from a 20-foot ladder the other day, but it wasn't because of my knee. He just kind of looked at me and said, well, the doctor said. He goes, what doctor? Well, you don't listen very well. I don't go to the doctor unless I absolutely is necessary. All my fingers worked. Every joint worked. There was no reason to go. But we're not going to talk about that. We're going to talk about chemtrails and whether or not they are real. I used to be of the belief that the chemtrail conspiracists were just idiots, right? And there was an explanation for these long trails of atomized dust behind these airplanes flying at 30,000 feet. And there was all kinds of explanations. You research it. It's compressed air turning to water vapor on the tips of the wings. It's from the exhaust of the jet engines. But here's the thing. You can't, if you get on, there's these apps now that'll tell you what planes or what altitude they're flying at, where they're coming and going to. And you can get on those apps, and there will be two planes flying at the same altitude in the same area, literally crossing paths. And one will be blowing out these trails, and the other one won't. Now, if you look at our weather patterns lately and watch how these storms are forming, normally I remember being able to watch a storm it would come from the west and go to the east. Every now and then you'd have one start in the Gulf and go northeast a little bit. Now they're doing all kinds of crazy shit. We had a monster storm a few weeks ago that continued to uproar right here in East Tennessee. And the way it was forming was it was unreal. I kept watching it on radar. And a few weeks prior to that, there was a storm that traveled in a northwest direction, southeast to northwest. I've never in my life seen that happen besides that one storm. Now I've seen them wrap back around, but that wasn't what this one was doing. It was physically traveling from southeast to northwest. If you look back a few years ago at what medium was it? No one lied to you. The CIA director was talking about chemtrails and the manipulation of weather and how they can slow climate change down in order to transfer from fossil fuels to more green, or either said more green power or electrical power, which electrical power is no more greener than fossil fuels are. I mean, we're a fossil fuel world now. We run off fossil fuels. For some reason, they're trying to drive this EV shit down the throats of the United States and the people of the United States. When just this year, there's been 4,000 EVs that have, when they ship these EVs from, especially from like Japan or something, they ship them on these big container ships. These ships hold like 1,500 cars, 2,000 cars or whatever. Well, they won't just ship like a whole ship. I don't know if you know this, but if you mix lithium and water, it'll start a fire almost immediately, especially if it's at a standstill. Now, y'all meth cooks out there, you'll know what shake and bake is. And once you drop them lithium strips in there, you got to keep shaking that bottle. You have to. You stop shaking it, it'll blow up. And this is, lithium batteries are the same way. They'll get damaged in transport, damage putting on the truck, damage going on the ship, damage driving down the road. And what happens is then water leaks into the water gets into the battery, seeps into the battery, just moisture from the air, humidity. You plug it up at night at your house to charge it, poof. Now you got a house fire, kills your kids because they want to shove EV down your throat. But there's been 4,000 of these cars burning during transport on these big container ships across the sea just this year alone. There was a fire, I think, where was it at? LA? 1,500 cars in a car garage, and the car that caught on fire was suspected to be an EV, and they said, oh, no. It's a 2014 Land Rover something diesel or some shit. Well, it's a diesel electric, and something happened with the battery pack in it, got moisture in it, and poof, automatic fire. The technology is just not there. I don't know why they keep trying to push the technology. It's to the point now that Ford lost billions and trillions of dollars over this shit. But this is all tied into, it's all tied to the same thing. It's about control. It's about, they will cut. The CIA director actually said, the cost is relatively cheap at just $10 billion a year. But how many lives? Look at all the tornadoes there's already been this year. Massive amount of tornadoes. Texas, Arkansas, Oklahoma. I mean, how many people's died from that? I'm sorry, but the cost of that's great. And, the earth is just a big filter. That's all it does. It just continuously filters itself. Short of a nuclear holocaust, like, mutually assured destruction. And even after that, the earth would clean itself. And, 100 years from now or 50 years from now, it would be livable again by humans. But, there's any cooling effect we have, if there's any truth to that at all, is because the earth is moving away from the sun, allegedly, at 6 inches a year. Now, what's funny about all this is like, trust the science, right? So, back to my knee doctor, we were talking about my knee. And he's seen a cut on my leg. And he's blah. I'm like, well, to be honest with you, I don't clean cuts. And he looked at me real funny. And I said, because when I clean cuts, they get infected. I just cut it. They get cut. It doesn't matter if my hand's in a bowl of shit. Doesn't matter if it's a sewer pipe. Doesn't matter if it's in dirt, grease, whatever. I don't clean it. I might, I had a big cut on my hand. I washed my hands. I did not clean the cut out, and it healed fine. Nothing wrong with it. If I had cleaned it, by God, it would have infected. But it was he said trust the science. So after he said the science says otherwise about 4 times, talking about different shit, because now I went down the science road with him. I said, what is your opinion about COVID? He was like, well, what do you mean? I was like, just in general, what if you had to make a statement about it, what would it be? He's like, that they, what's the exact word he used? That it was, they went way too far with it and all this other shit. And I'm not here to, so we, as humans, learn stuff and we grow. It's here to control you. That's what science is about. What? So,
I don't know.
You raised your hand like you're in a school class would say something.
That was about the nuclear bombs or whatever.
What about?
They don't really make like the nuclear waste bombs anymore that leave waste everywhere. They make ones that are like, it's a nuclear bomb.
They're still. You don't think?
I mean, it's got I'm sure it's got radiation.
Yes.
But it doesn't have enough to be like Chernobyl or anything, or like anything like that, where it's like actual nuclear waste left, and then it's like
the nuclear waste from Chernobyl was because of the reactor. Yeah, it was because it was a reactor, not a bomb.
But what I'm saying is if
I mean, maybe to the new tech, but I mean, how many old nuclear bombs there are in the world? I mean, Russia has 10,000 nukes. Like, how many of those do you think are new tech? When the dudes don't even have night vision. You know what I mean? I mean, there's a lot of old tech in the world that'll work just because of new tech, and the old tech can kill more people than the new tech, so why go to the new tech? And yeah, it's going to spread radiation, and it's going to fuck you up.
It's really is like, it's the initial blast and the fire and stuff.
Yeah, I don't want no part of any of that shit. But the truth is, if it wasn't for government, we wouldn't have to worry about that. The same government that is spreading these chemtrails, which YouTube should put a little thing down there warning you that I'm full of shit not to listen to me, which it kind of already does that when it X's me out of the game and I can't say nothing anymore, which I'm fine with. Fuck the YouTube. Fuck it. YouTube ain't that bitch that runs it. Suck my Peter. But chemtrails are definitely real. I'm convinced of it now. Just through, like I said, you go watch those apps and watch planes taking the same path, similar paths, at the same altitude, or even crossing paths at the same altitude. I mean, like, you can look up the sky and watch them as they're flying, and you'll be like, "Oh, wait a second, there's shit blowing out of that one for miles." Now, granted, we've seen one the other day. Oh, I'm back. Sorry. Occasionally, you'll see one with the compression condensation on the end of the wingtips. Like, if it's a fighter jet or something, there's a few and far between. They have to be going super fast for it to happen. But, if you ever even watch a video of those, you'll see that, that it doesn't last very long. But they're definitely manipulating the weather. We know this because of Dubai. Look what Dubai did. They thought they were doing it right. They probably got the tech from us. And look what happened. They flooded Dubai. You don't know about that. Funny watching supercars rolling water in the streets. Whatever. I'm just some ignorant redneck. Maybe you should listen to me. Or maybe I'm right. Maybe I'm right. Who knows? Now I can get in the shower and get to bed. I gotta go to work tomorrow. Got the same amount of done, getting to work at 9 today, than I would have if I would have got there at 4:30. Because my ass would have left at the same time after 10 hours. Alright, go do your thing. OPSEC, can't tell nobody. OPSEC, can't tell nobody that you're shutting the gate. But they can walk around. And they want it. What? No buffer? Oh, no bonfire? Dude, I have a bonfire. I'm getting ready for you. It's going to be the bonfire of all bonfires. But you're going to have to wait because it keeps raining. Yeah, I was just talking about CIA director claiming it. I was just talking about that a minute ago. I'm sorry, I'm just reading comments now. And another thing is these companies. Did you? Did you make a wish?
Yeah, I made a wish.
These solar companies, man, are buying a bunch of land too. In Ohio, where I used to live, Mount Orb, they bought a
the amount of copper there was, the amount of things I'd like, them people would go and steal for.
What are you talking about?
Scrap it. I'm just saying, like, the amount of solar panels and everything that was with all the copper and everything.
Oh yeah.
Like, I'm saying, like, what people would go and steal and scrap it to get money for it.
Hundreds of acres of these solar panels that are just.
I'm not just talking about the solar panels in the ground. I'm talking about the ones that were just sitting on the side of the road for people just to grab and leave.
Yeah, but I don't think there's that much copper in them.
You don't think so?
Nah, they have some other shit in them, but I don't think there's that much copper. What matter anyway? I don't know.
It's gotta have some.
I ain't never opened one to find out. Here's another thing. You have all these people that are worried about EMPs, their vehicles and shit. They buy all this bullshit for their vehicles in case there's an EMP attack. The amount of copper wire it takes for an EMP to affect your vehicle, there's not enough wiring in your vehicle. Even in like a solar system for a house, I would venture to say there's an equation you could do, a math equation. I don't know it, but I did learn that it wouldn't affect like the grid and shit like that, but it wouldn't affect your every average everyday vehicle. Now, a new vehicle that's got 37 modules in it, where if you get a busted taillight, it winds up costing you $5,400 for the modules that got destroyed because of too much resistance going through the taillight. They got corrosion because of the water, because of the crack in it. Maybe, possibly, but if you drive anything that's even remotely older, it's all this scare tactics, man. We live in a fear-based world, and at some point, you just have to stop fearing it. You know, just whatever's going to happen is going to happen, whether it be your death, grandma dies. My grandma died, by the way, or whatever it is. You just kind of have to accept it, change what you can, whatever's in your zone of influence that you can make your life better, change it. Whatever you can't, don't. Like, I can't do nothing about chemtrails. Not a damn thing. Just make sure my roof don't leak. That's about all I can do. Try to schedule jobs around it, which supposed to have a couple nice days, but there was a few days of storms. Actually, it was about a week of storms down here that were pretty. Christy was getting pretty. I won't say she was scared, but she was getting pretty worked up about it. I, on the other hand, am just like, fucking, if it's going to happen, it's going to happen. If a tree falls on me, it's going to follow me. There's nothing I can do about it. But chemtrails are definitely real. Faux show. Well, good. I'm glad he did that. How are you doing, Mr. Ring Black? I got to unblot everybody, so but I want to go today. Actually, I started sliding, and luckily, I was able to grab onto a different roof. That makes sense, and saved my ass. I need to get some of the magnetic shoes for walking on steel roofs, the metal roofs. Things are expensive though. I just need to quit working on metal roofs, one of the two. But all right, we'll see. Oh, I did tear my meniscus again. My meniscus is torn again. It's in the exact same spot that was torn before. So the doctor said that the first doctor didn't get it all out, which I know they said they took it out as little as they could, try to leave as much as they could in there, because your meniscus is like the cushioning for your knee. But I mean, I don't plan on living past 50, so I just need to get through about 7 more years and I'll be good. 6.5 more years. How old am I? 43? Yeah, I'm 43. 6.5 or 7 more years, and then this will all be y'all's problems. I'm short term. I'm getting ready to, though. What my internet's probably screwing up right here where I doesn't do very good. Then what I need to do, I need to start my big white truck up. I'm thinking it's going to need some glow plugs, because I just noticed it taking longer. I need to do some work to it. I need to pull the whole front end off of it, do ball joints, transmission cooler. I just don't have the time. If I had a garage here, it would be different, because I could just walk out there and do it. But I don't. The garage I have to work in is 35 minutes away. It's an hour drive each way. Hour drive. So I need to get to it though. I don't need to hardly drive the white truck anymore. The good news is that I haven't seen any more mycetes in it. We'll up here and see if there's any more mycetes in it. See if I've caught any little fuckers. I took a spray foam to fill some of the cab corners underneath the inner rockers are rusted out on it. And my theory is that's how they're getting in. So I took a spray foam and filled the inner rockers and front and rear cab corners filled them up with spray foam. And I haven't caught a meese since then. I have 4 traps in here. Watch, there'll be one in here just because I said something. Nope. No meeseses. Let's see if I got one back here. Nope. No meeseses there either. But Jay, I don't know if you can see over there. Hold on, let me see if I can flip you around here. Do you see what I got started for you over there, Jay? I got about 2 more times that to go on top of it. So it's gonna be a good one when I light it off. I tried to light that off the other day, but it was just too wet, and I didn't want to fuck with it. So I was like, ah, you know what? I know what I'll do. I'll just wait for it to dry a couple days, and then I'll cut it all up. And I was gonna have it milled. I just want it out of the way. It's just in the way. So I do need to do something with all these cedar trees, though. I need to send them off to the mill, but in order to do that, I gotta fix the trailer. And I just ain't got time to do this shit right now. I got that one job I'm way behind on. And I need to get caught up. But I'm gonna go. I'm gonna wash my ass. You guys have a good night. Stay safe. Just stay away from the popo. Stay away from the police. You're 5 times more likely to get shot. And if you wear a respirator around, it's not going to help you. The weather is what they're after. That's why they don't care to spray themselves, because it's just weather. You know what I mean? You see a tornado coming at you, fucking dodge. Peace.